Welcome back to another episode of Boys Love History 3 Trapped. This week we watched episode 7 of this pièce de résistance, one could say, this magnum opus.
She was a little heavy on the plot on this one, though, I will say.
She was, listen, we got back into some of the, my eyes glaze over. We're talking about things that it just can't, it doesn't stick. I'm writing notes and it doesn't stick. But we're getting some drama, we're getting some action, we're getting some romance, we're getting some... We have now 3 official
couples
romance plot lines happening. Is this our most?
Our most.
No,
only
Friends, yeah. Only Friends had 4.
Yeah?
Can't beat that. So far.
That's the record.
How are you? Are you well?
I'm okay. It's cold now. It's winter.
It's winter. It's officially 60 degrees.
Yes, it's officially 64 degrees. When this comes out, I mean, we're recording at the beginning of September, but I can only
64
imagine.
degrees and RJ turned on the air conditioning earlier, so.
It's because this house runs on Adam's temperature, and Adam's temperature only.
Correct. I pay the bills. We'd ended the last episode, and Tangi was on his knees. Just being sweet, kissing the wound.
Is this a Station of the Cross? We'll see. If it keeps happening, this is the first time we've seen the kissing of the wound.
I've never seen a kissing of the wound. We've seen the tending of the wound.
It's an elevation of tending. It's like, you know, sometimes when you pray, you're either like sitting on a pew, you're in a vestibule.
Yes, you're kissing the feet of Mary.
Yes.
On the... No.
The feet of... Jesus?
The feet of Jesus.
You don't see the feet of Mary.
Yeah, Mary doesn't
Famously,
have feet.
she doesn't have feet.
So Xiaofei is like, gets like, let's say it, hard. And he runs away. And so Tangi's like, ha ha ha, I won. Because I do like that the dynamic is still like,
anything you can do.
I can do better. I can do anything. You...
It's just the gay brain rot.
Oh God!
People are seeing how it works in real time.
Yeah, this is aspirational.
Yes, allegedly. They're like, oh, someday I want to.
Someday I too want to queen out with my partner. No, you don't.
No, you don't. You like quiet.
You like quiet. Quiet's nice. So then they shower separately. Tangi makes food. It doesn't really matter. Tangi shares that he knows who's after him. Mm-hmm.
And this is the first time
Xiaofei is like, who?
Yeah, he's like, it's none of your business. You don't need to concern yourself. You're the police.
You know who it is. You're all looking for the same every person on the show is looking for the same person.
Yeah.
And then Tangi goes right into the soliloquy.
Yes, well, it's giving like they're doing their makeup before the runway. And they're like, well, Tangi, why is it... What? They're like, well, Tangi, like what? You know, have you had anything like traumatic happen to you? Why do you feel like you need to solve... Hey,
Xiaofei, can you ask Tangi how he's
why
doing?
He needs to feel like he has to get revenge and not let the police handle it? Because that's the first time that they've kind of said like...
Acknowledged.
They're both going after the same thing, but going at it in different ways.
Mm-hmm. I have a pink straw and you have a blue straw.
Oh my God. Because I'm K group and you're G group.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm international.
Is that just creamer? Just some coffee mate?
Yeah. Vanilla coffee mate. French vanilla coffee mate. Hence, the G group. So we see this really long flashback sequence.
It's like half of the first episode.
It felt like it.
First half of the first half.
So it's a quarter of the episode. It's quarter of the episode, yes. In it, we see a young Tangi who is not Tangi. Right?
It is a boy.
Well, he's not
portraying
Tang.
Oh yeah, he's just a boy.
He's just Yi.
Yeah.
Just little old Yi. And
Because he's just my Yi.
he is celebrating his birthday by himself in a bedroom. And he has like a little picture of him and his mom. And he has like a little cake that he has probably gotten by himself, we're to assume. And his dad comes in the room and is like, why are you in my room? Why? Clearly, it's an abusive situation. And we actually get to see the abuse on screen because he does slap him. This
grown man slaps this child.
Okay. Just a quick thing. I am like 95% sure that was a real slap to this child.
Yeah.
And if it was not, then that is the most incredible fight choreography I've ever seen in my life. Like, it should win awards.
Yeah.
Listen, we're all for verisimilitude, right? Get real, get into the nitty-gritty of it. I do just want to draw the line at slapping children on screen. Not that I'm saying we can't depict abuse, because that's obviously what's happening, but
you got so shocked.
I was extremely shocked.
Oh, this child just got slapped.
Because also, like, it's not, you know how, like, sometimes on shows, like, people get slapped and then they add in the sound effect of the slap?
That was the
actual sound of a person getting hit, which is not how it sounds on shows, because on shows it's like this amplified kind of like bigger sound.
Totally.
Right. So that's when I was like, oh, this kid got hit. The whole scene had this like tension of like this actor was really going for it, and the kid was kind of like, and I, as an audience member, got a little concerned because
you were like, oh, I feel the two actors not being on the same.
I feel there is I felt that it was a bit unsafe on set. I'll be honest, I felt that way. So just maybe something to think about in the future.
For History 4, 5, or 6, you know.
Whatever history we're on now.
Yeah.
But yes, so he gets thrown out, kind of leaves of his own accord. He starts living on the streets. And then the next scene is like him and
some little
girl are like fighting a little group of other childhood ruffians.
Yeah.
Once again, everyone's actually hitting each other.
Actually pulling each other.
This one, it's a little, I mean, at least they're all kids, so it's like, you know, it's a little better in that regard. But I was, again, like, can we
do some practice? Just a little bit, maybe.
Especially because in all these shows, like, they have all these fight sequences, and they're all, like, clearly choreographed. Like, they're all, like, not real. So I was like, oh, we can keep doing not real fighting. That's fine, guys. And then just so happens to walk by is Lao Tang and Dao Yi, who happen upon these kids. They separate them, and then they offer to take Tang Yi, or Yi, I guess, is just at this point. And this little girl, who we don't know, it's Hong Ye. They offer to take them back and like give them food, and then they just like adopt them.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Tang Guo Dong, Master Tang. He makes him spicy food, and that's when you see him being like, I can't do it. He makes him a
spicy gnocchi, which is the same food he got in episode
at the restaurant.
2,
yeah,
I think. And then there's that's a nice scene, and then there's a really nice scene when it's his birthday. They give him a little paper hat. He gives him a cake. He blows out the wishes. It's very endearing. And
he makes him 2 little figurines, and it says, "This is me. I'm old Tang, or I'm Master Tang, and this is you. You're little Tang."
Yeah.
And now we're a family.
And now you're a family. And that he says something about like how he'll always celebrate his birthdays with him from now on, because obviously up until it's his 13th birthday. It feels like he's never had a birthday celebrated with the people he lived with.
Maybe it was both are all adopted. Yes. So the dad, the man that hit him was his adoptive father, because in their fight he's like, I didn't even want you. It was my wife that wanted you, but now that she's dead, I especially don't want you.
Right.
but it's not the woman.
But they
is not,
took them. They took him in.
Yes.
Yeah.
There is still a birth mother, like the birth mother of Tang Yi is still a presence. That will come later.
She's a character.
Yeah.
She's a real character. And that's a really nice scene, right? Like, it's good that Tang Yi kind of shares this with Xiao Fei. Yeah. Xiao Fei once is like, oh, so that's why you're going to take revenge. And Tang Yi's like, what I'm going to do is really none of your business, to be quite honest. We may be dating, but you're not in the mob.
You're not
with
in
me,
the mob.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're not a consultant for the mob at this point. At work, at the police marketing headquarters, Leon is Googling.
We couldn't even get through this because it was so funny.
What do you do when a man confesses to you?
He like asks it on like Reddit, basically.
Like answers.com.
Yeah. Quora,
yes. And one of the responses is prepare the Vaseline.
These people are nasty people. Here is a man just asking a question. And we've never said anything crude. So
no.
So it's just weird that they would bring it to that
level
place.
Right. And I think typically, like, from what I know about gay people, I've never met any. Mm-hmm. But they seem to really not be sexual in that way. Like, they don't talk about it. They don't.
Yeah, so it just comes out out of left field.
Out of left field, it's kind of crazy.
Adam and I went like this, and Leon also was like, we were all gagged, bitch.
We were all gagged. This is like the only Leon scene in the whole episode.
I know.
It's kind of weird.
Yeah.
We spend a lot of time with Hong Ye and Dao Yi. That's kind of who.
But I think they kind of tie the knot on that, and then.
Well, sure, they sure do tie a knot, don't they? Seems like they do. And then Yuchi is trying to like look at his screen and be like, "What are you doing?"
He's like,
don't fucking worry about it, okay? I'm going through a crisis. He asks Xiao Fei, "What do you do? I should just ask you." And Xiao Fei's like, "Well, I was the one who confessed, so I don't know." He just replied. And Leon's like, "I don't even know why I'm bothering asking."
He's like, "You're no help. No follow-up." Xiao Fei is not interested in knowing.
Xiao Fei, yeah. The next logical leading question would be,
did someone confess to you?
Are you in this situation?
Yeah.
No, he's not interested. Meanwhile, at the mob, at the Xiantian group, okay, there again, we're starting to talk about things that I just...
honestly, business starts being discussed and Adam shuts down. Goes on standby mode. Sleep mode.
I'm like, it will be like,
low power mode.
Yes. Yeah. I will read the subtitles and then it'll just like immediately dissipate in my head.
Yeah.
I do not retain any of it. I'm just like a more emotional person, so I really understand people's like energy.
The mafia, the mob, the legitimizing, whatever. It could be about barnyard animals.
It could be like they own a cafe.
Yeah,
like it doesn't. None of it matters. I mean, it does because it's all tied in and like whatever. But like.
So we do appreciate when people are like, it's actually because of this plot point. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. And then I'm just like, it didn't enhance my knowing of the experience or the plot. I'm just like, okay, great.
But I shouldn't complain though when my complaint was about happy ending romance was I was like, I didn't understand anything about the world of publishing.
And here they're over-explaining how this works. And
they're over-explaining, but it is a little bit like, I can tell you're making, like...
It's make believe.
Yeah. Everybody's we're all just playing pretend with our friends at 7-year-old.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe that's the gag of the show.
Maybe it's all a dream.
And then, Leon wakes up and he's like, oh, wow, I had a crazy dream.
That would be a real gag. I don't think people would have recommended it as much as they did if that was the ending. So in this scene, Tang Yi tells Hong Ye that she should do business with this company. They do business in Helsinki. The owner is her age at 31. Clearly like, let's set you up.
Yeah.
Let's get you on some dates, girl. Because he's like, now I'm set.
Bella, I'm set.
Because bitch, I'm in it.
I'm in it. We got to get you up there, honey.
Yeah.
And she's kind of like doing it, being, yeah, absolutely. I'll go to any date, whatever, to make
Dao Yi jealous. Or what? Or she's. I don't even know.
I don't know because
she does think he'll get jealous.
Yeah, because he said that he is not interested, but they
Correct.
keep showing Dao Yi being like,
well, wait a minute. Because we got the flashback, we now definitely know that there is a distinct age gap between Hong Ye and Dao Yi.
yeah. I would have believed that maybe then he was like,
but if they say she's 31, in the show,
so he's probably like 50.
He's probably 50, which again is still an age gap, but
yeah.
at least they're like
Adults.
like they are adults.
Yeah.
It's weird.
You've made it so clear that he doesn't want this relationship. I wish we saw if there really was such a real push and pull. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's like I don't really care, but because what they showed me, I'm like,
I feel like I need to see more to be invested,
But I don't
I
want-
also am not. I don't care about being invested.
So I'm
at
just
all,
like,
so.
okay, let's just keep
Yeah.
going. It's okay. It's okay.
It's okay.
It's okay. We have 3 plots. Well, 4. 3 romance
We
plots.
have 3 couples.
That's great.
Yeah.
If the C plot is a little, just a sprinkle here and there, sure. Color the world. Spice up your life. Every boy, every girl.
Duga comes in. Also, I do need to right now say, if you're going to continue watching, there's a trigger warning, a content warning. We're going to be talking about sexual assault.
Yeah.
And sexual violence. So we will get to that. It's not this moment, but I just want to say it now. So Duga comes in and he's like, Chen Wenhao wants to meet with you. And Tang Yi's like,
Great,
okay.
I'll go by myself. And,
Right.
And Duga gets it's turned, right? It's turned now. He's like whiny about it. He's like,
Yes.
no,
you can't. Xiaofei, it's Tang Yi's birthday again. We figure out he goes to his like little storage drawer that he has, and he pulls out the hat from the flashback we saw. He pulls out the little Play-Doh house that him and Lao Tang had made, and that's very sweet. And then he pulls out this music box,
ornate music box that looked
very similar.
familiar, yes.
Yeah, to the one that Xiaofei has from episode 1, right?
Yeah.
At the end of the first episode. So he pulls them all out, and then in comes Xiaofei, who surprised him with a birthday cake.
With a birthday cake he made.
With the birthday cake he made. And it's like
Tang Yi's crying.
Tang Yi cries. It's very sweet. They blow out the candles. And then let's just get into it. They start making out.
They do a little frosting fight that just for the longest time just went like this.
Yes.
Smearing the frosting on each other's faces.
Yes.
That I was like, the tongue has to slip in by now, guys.
We gotta.
They are literally just circling.
doing this. We're just circling the runway.
It was like long. It was weird. It was taking a really long time.
Well, it was long because also that they like started slow-mo.
They slow-mo it. And
Yeah.
then they were up against the...
I forgot to say.
They were up against the glass.
Xiaofei. Well, Xiaofei sees the music box.
Yes.
And we
he's
get the
like-
reveal.
Yeah.
That the music box was given to Tang Yi
By his birth
biological mother.
The birth mother.
And
you get a
Xiaofei
flashback.
goes, oh, I have one just like it from...
Sister... The officer. Sister Li Zhen's things.
So his...
But no follow-up questions.
No follow-up questions. Also, Xiaofei doesn't say what's in it because I don't think Tang Yi's ever opened it.
No. Xiaofei has opened
It's
it.
just a puzzle box.
Yes. Xiaofei has opened it
Xiaofei
because
has
it was her
opened it.
ID in it, right?
Something. It
Something
doesn't
like
matter.
that.
Yeah.
But no follow-up to be like, this one memento that I have from my biological mother that I've never known my entire life, you also have one? And it is from a known person, like a named person in your life?
Both of our lives.
No.
No.
Anyway, let's blow this cake.
What kind is that? Red Velvet?
That's what I mean, guys. You can't be like, oh yeah, there's plot, but then treat it like it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Amazing.
You can't have your cake and eat it too. If I loved you.
So they're kissing against the windows.
Well, so before they kiss, I should have done this out of order.
Because you started with the food fight.
I started the food fight. Xiaofei says that he wants to spend he wishes that he wants to spend every birthday with Tangyi forever. Until they're out of birthdays.
Yeah. It gave me stay with me tea when he was like, I want to celebrate every holiday with you.
Oh my God, yes. Yeah. Tangyi, spoiler alert, is really good in this episode.
Yeah.
He cries a lot.
It's a lot of internal performances.
Yeah.
That I did not expect. Because I think it's the most we've heard from and seen from Tangyi. Because he's just been so cold for the first half of the show.
So yes, then we get the frosting kiss. They're kissing against the window. And then we cut to outside and Dugu is full
just watching.
Do you remember in 2016 the clowns that were just in people's yards?
Yes, just
very that energy. It's just that. So then Hongye goes on a date with this guy, Mr. Helsinki.
And he's like, hey, look.
He goes, this is their, basically, it's insinuated that it's their first time really meeting in this capacity.
Yes.
And he's like, listen, I think you're great. You're right around my age. You're quite the looker. I'm ready to start dating with the eye toward marriage if you'd like to do that. And she's like, that seems like a decent proposal. I agree. That's not.
I mean, if you're they're both presidents of their own companies.
Sure.
It makes sense to be like, I just want.
It's a business arrangement.
Yes, it's a business arrangement. She's like, it'll be nice to just have someone to go out with.
Also, I forgot to mention Dao Yi is next to them at the other table.
Yes, because he was like, should he join our lunch? I'd love to. And she was like, oh, no.
He insisted because he's thinks he's
just
security.
Protecting me or whatever. That's fine. That would be a flag for me if I was Mr. CEO Nim.
Yeah.
I was like, oh.
So then Tangyi is in the car.
There's one Perrier.
It's a San Pellegrino.
Oh, it's a San Pellegrino.
There's one San Pellegrino in his little thing.
And it's already been opened.
Well, that was the question. Because there's only
there is
one.
A fizz.
There is I heard
but
the fizz.
It'll fizz no matter what.
Yeah, I guess that's
reseal.
True. So he opens it up. There's only one. Duga's like, oh, I'm sorry. I forgot to restock. And that's when I was like, And then he opens it, and I was like, I didn't hear the crack. You got to hear the crack of the seal. And then he takes a sip, and Duga is watching in the rearview mirror, observing.
Yeah.
And then immediately he starts.
He gets drowsy. He's like, cancel my appointments, blah, 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 blah. And then he gets knocked out.
Meanwhile,
Xiaofei is getting attacked in a market.
Attacked in an underground, under a build. I don't know where they are. They are in the weirdest location.
He had a little some street noodles, and then walking through the empty marketplace to get back to work, I guess, and then gets followed by two guys and try to kill him.
One has a baton, one has a knife. And he's got to fight off both of them. Tangyi. So the car got pulled over. Duga is now in the back seat.
In the back, trying. Okay. At first, I was like, he drugged him. He is the mole. He's working for Wen Hao.
Fully. I thought they were taking him to Chen Wen Hao.
He is going to drop him off at Chen Wen Hao.
Because he was mad.
Because he was mad. So he And when he got off the driver's seat to like unbuckle him, that he was going to like transport him to like One House Cars or whatever.
Yes.
Like someone was going to meet him.
Yep. That's what I thought. That's not what happens. So first he kisses him.
Which I thought was like, oh, it's a kiss of death.
It's the goodbye.
It's a goodbye kiss.
Yeah.
Like you deserve this for not loving me.
Mm-hmm. And then he starts to try to take off his clothes. To which Tangi kind of comes to, and they start fighting.
I think it's because he just had that one sip. I think maybe he knew. Maybe he already looked suspicious.
Yeah.
He tries to fight him off, and then that is when he is fully being like, you never loved me. Why won't you just pick me? Why do you pick Xiaofei?
I'm going to take what I deserve to have. I was not expecting roofies to be a part of the plot of this show. I mean, this is like really wild.
Yeah. I really thought
I think they've set it up really well, actually.
Yes. You know, I felt like it was going to converge. That like the reason why he's choosing to be the mole is because of this like crime of passion.
Not.
Is just
okay. So I think the mole is the guy in the police.
Oh, the motorcycle guy, which we didn't see.
I think there's only one mole.
I think the One How thing and what's happening to Tangi and Dega are now we know are two completely different things. Yes. Dega is like working on his own basically to like keep Tangi.
Well, he's trying to kill Xiaofei at this point.
Right, yeah.
At this point, he's trying to have him taken out.
During the struggle, Tangi ends up being able to call Jack on his phone and like Dega is going for it. He's like, I will have you. And Tangi gets...
Yeah, he's going to... Yeah.
Yeah, and Tangi gets to like wrap the seatbelt around Dega's neck so that he could escape.
And then truly, RJ, I thought that they were going to insinuate that Dega dies from like...
Oh, from the stroke,
from the strangulation.
No, I think he was just
That's where I thought it was going because they show him like struggling off the side of the car,
right.
And then like he kind of like twitches a bit, and meanwhile like Tangi's rolling out the other side, and I was like, "That's the death scene. We just watched him die." No, cut to
back in the interrogation room in the house.
Yeah,
Xiaofei escapes.
He's fine. There was a fake out. We thought the knife got him. The knife didn't get him. He escaped. He threw pieces of paper at them, and he was able to get away. That was wild. In the interrogation room, Tangi has absolutely lost his mind.
He is beating the fuck out of Dega.
Who is like, I
did it because I love you, basically.
I mean, like, he's not well
anymore.
He's unwell.
I did it because I love you. Why did you pick Xiaofei over me?
He's not one of us.
He's not one of us. And Tangi is like, I've given you too many chances and this has gone too far. Agreed. It should have been a one and done. The minute he tried to make a pass at you, you should have been like,
oh,
no, because you are the boss, so you can.
Right.
That's the thing.
Right.
So I was just like, oh God.
It's not like there's an HR.
No. Hongye?
We're going to mediate between the two of you. No.
But Xiaofei comes in the room. And he's holding Tangi back because he's like, let the police handle us. Like, hand him to us and we'll like arrest him, basically.
Yeah.
And Tangi, no. Tangi pulls out the brass knuckles.
Here's the thing.
He's like, this is how we handle it.
This is the question. Tangi yells at Dega and is like, you're the reason that he got shot. You gave them blah, 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 blah. And Dega keeps being like, no, I didn't do that. I didn't do that. That's where I'm still... I can't tell if he's lying or not.
Right. So that was when we were like, okay. So the attack that was happening at the same time to Xiaofei wasn't from him. And then he keeps going.
No, that attack was.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That he keeps going and we're like, oh, they are connected. He's just talking about the shootout at the garage.
Rooftop shootout. Yeah.
So there's two people that are out to kill Xiaofei, basically.
So I think here's
I think
here's
he
my,
also said like, and you said he was saying like he set up the kidnapping of Tangi too, and he's saying like, no, I would never do anything that would hurt you.
right. So Chen Wen-hao is definitely doing all that.
Yes.
The shootout was Chen Wen-hao getting shot. Yeah, blah, blah, blah. He needs them both to be dead because I think he needs both those puzzle boxes.
It's Tesseract.
It's Tesseract.
They're two Tesseracts.
Yeah. What are
They're
those called?
Infinity
MacGuffins?
Stones.
Is it MacGuffin?
I think so.
An object or device in a movie or book that serves merely as a trigger for the plot. I think there's something very important in Tangi's box
Tangi's.
that he doesn't realize because he's
never opened it.
He's never opened it.
Yeah.
He just thinks it's a box.
Oh, okay.
That's my guess. That incriminates Chen Wen-hao more than anything else.
Yeah.
Because I think, okay, let's go. I think Guodong and
Tang Guodong and Sister Li Zhen
were going to take Chen Wen-hao down. That's why they were colluding together.
It was basically them. It's this, but it was them. But happening 4
and
years
maybe
ago.
they were, getting
maybe
some
they
on
also,
the side.
Maybe they also were together.
Yeah.
Oh.
History repeats.
History.
That one I did not do on purpose. Whoa. So that's my thought.
Okay.
Watch it be not that in any way
They're like,
whatsoever.
no, it's just a box.
It's just a box.
And it ended up she wasn't the birth
It's just
mother.
a picture of him as a baby. That's all it is. I'd be like, oh, okay.
Oh, great. Then why make it so intricate looking? Just have it be a normal ass music box. Why does it look like a fucking puzzle?
Mm-hmm. I can't wait for people to comment on this and be like, this is incorrect.
Guys, wait one more episode.
We kept doing that this episode. We'd be like, oh, pause.
We kept pausing. Oh,
and
this
then it
happened.
would
Unpause.
Immediately refute what we just said. I was
And
like,
we were like, this is why we can't get through this damn show.
Xiaofei gets Tangi out of the room. Tangi is not happy about it,
Right.
but it does seem like he's him leaving. I feel like is the agreement of like, fine,
Right.
we'll let you handle this or whatever. So I hope he goes to prison.
Yeah, I was like, well, what would be the crime? I guess the assault, but then
Setting
also
up-
trying to kill a cop.
Trying to kill a cop. Now there's a lot more danger afoot.
Right.
And especially because now they're going to have to coordinate with the cop. Oh, this is how we know he's going to work with the cops because they say we're going to have to give statements about Duga because they've taken him.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to have to like work with them to put him behind bars. So Tangi tells Hongye that she should go to Helsinki. She should get
Just
away.
leave because it's now
Lay
way
low.
more dangerous. And it is known that you are my weakness.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's like the main part of this conversation, basically.
And what does she say?
She says, we couldn't get through the scene because her espresso machine was so loud.
This is probably the scene that matters the most in terms of plot in this whole episode, and we couldn't stop laughing at this fucking coffee machine. If you have ever watched the show, if you have a Viki subscription, if you just go to Billy, I don't
It's
care
on
where.
YouTube, remember?
It's on YouTube?
I think so.
Oh.
No, that was Stay With Me. You'll be able to find it.
If you can find it, just go watch the scene because it's so stupid. She's fully giving lines, and this thing is loud as fuck. I didn't need. I don't actually need to see the coffee being done. Like you can
She presses the button,
presses
and you
the
can be
button.
like, and then fade it out.
You don't even need to do that. You can press the button. The thing is off.
The thing is
and
off.
then you hand her an empty cup.
Yeah.
And then she pretends to drink like an actress would. You can do that. That's fine. You could just put water in it if you're worried about the weight of it all.
Yeah.
Very goofy.
We hear the full Nespresso.
It's the full cycle.
The thing starts working. It heats up the water. It pokes the
Yes.
the bullet. It it's using a double.
It was a QVC ad. Like, I was like, what is going on in this scene? Why is it so loud?
And why is she standing right next to it? Because her mic is only picking up this coffee maker.
Basically, if this is the coffee being made, and this is me, I'm Hungye, Babisha, the boom is like right here between us. So it is equal parts her talking and the coffee. I could not believe it. It was the funniest thing I've ever seen.
Funny.
It was so funny.
Oh my God. It was so funny.
So funny.
But she's like really serious. It's like serious because she's
actually an important scene.
She's like, I don't want to leave. We are important to one another. And he is being like,
I feel like it almost felt like it was going to turn into a bit where she had to keep talking over the thing. And like, it was just going to.
And he had to be like, can you come over here, please? And not talk by the coffee maker. I cannot hear you.
It's too spicy, too overstimulated.
Oh my God.
She agrees to go to Helsinki. That's the point. The point of the scene is she's like, you're right, I should go, but you need to protect yourself. You can't die. Mm-hmm. Promise me you won't die.
And he does.
Because she says, if you die, I
will hate you.
I do like their relationship.
Yeah.
I'm still a little confused as to why in that first episode she was like, that's what you say to your gorgeous little friend. But fine. I guess they're not related, so it's fine.
I think it was just a gag to us, the audience.
It's to gag the girls.
But it's like, well, now I'm confused.
Yeah.
Because it's the first thing we see from her.
She goes to her car. Dao Yi follows her. They have a conversation.
Dao Yi basically is like, I've been trying to hold off, but I don't think I can anymore.
I have to finally admit that I love you.
And she is like, but I've been like, why the fuck do you think I'm trying to do all of this?
This is drama, girl.
Yeah.
This is soap opera.
This is K-drama. Honey.
This is this is like what you are sat
you
for.
Are my everything. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because she's like, I went on a fucking date. I'm leaving.
Mm-hmm.
I'm doing what you said that you wanted.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, yes, but now seeing it happen in front of my eyes
makes me realize I can't live without you.
And I know the age difference is a problem.
Sus.
It's a little sus, but I don't care anymore. And so he like hugs her. And she's like,
this is the most classic, like, it's amazing.
Yeah. She's really good.
She's serving in every scene.
I mean, she overacted against an espresso machine. Like that, mama.
And who can say that,
Who can say that? Known scene stealer.
Yeah, well, she was.
And she stole the damn scene.
So I think that's wrapped up.
I hope so. Not that I don't care.
But I don't care. Leon and Xiaofei at the police marketing agency. And they are having a conversation. They're finding out all this stuff about Chen Wenhao that they didn't know. Mm. This is acceptable to me because Chen Wenhao had not been the person they had been looking for 4 years. So it's fine to me that they're like now discovering things about him. Mm-hmm. When he brings in the birthday cake and Xiaofei's like, I've been following you for 4 years. Of course I know it's your birthday. I was like, bitch, the only thing you know about him is that it's his birthday. You didn't know anything else. You didn't even know he was sleeping with men. That would have been the first thing I would have found out.
Yeah.
On Scruffies. On Sniffies.
Scruffy,
Sniffies. Snifter. Grind app. Grind 'em.
Grind.
Jacked. Old Tang, Lao Tang. Tangodong visited Chen Wenhao when he was in prison like once a week for a long time. And then he finally just stopped visiting. But his last visit, he went with Senior Li Zhen. They went together to go see him. And then
the episode ends.
So the question is, was Li Zhen really colluding with?
Was there collusion?
Okay, who's your MVP this week?
I mean, Dugga really pulls out a performance.
I mean, this is
terrifying, right?
Yes,
horrible,
crazy.
But he did it. He made us believe it.
Yeah. No, that's yeah.
Yeah.
That's tough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yours
That's
is,
who you're going with?
yeah.
Okay.
Yours is Tangi.
Well, it wasn't my Tangi, but honestly, I'm swayed by this espresso machine. It's the espresso machine gets MVP for me, girly. And with only one line.
Yeah.
One monologue.
I mean, yeah, Tangi is also another one just because
Tangi, for sure.
It's the first time we're able to see like his vulnerability. You know, Michelle Visage said we need to see the vulnerability come through on stage. And she finally did.
Yes, he's very good in this episode. Yeah.
I was really endeared by
He gets to do a whole wide range of emotions.
I get really endeared that he is so tearful about his birthday.
Yes.
There was something really sweet about it, like when he like went through great lengths. Obviously, he got kicked out on his birthday because he was like, "I'm celebrating my fucking birthday today," as a kid. To then, as an adult, have Xiao Fei celebrate his birthday, and he looks like he was when he was a little kid. Like he looked just like genuinely touched.
I would say performance-wise, I could easily give it to Tangi, Dege, Hong Ye, and honestly, Godong.
Oh yeah, for like
from the flashbacks.
From the flashbacks being like a very caring,
very
paternal.
kind, yeah.
Yeah.
All of those I feel like I easily could give MVP. But more than that, I was actually picking an MVP for the episode and not just performances, I would pick the screenplay for this episode. Even though I made a joke about like there's plot now, but I think like it really gives them a lot to work with in a way that like not every episode has been as well written.
Right. Totally.
And like the flashback scenes with the kids can drop so easily into like a saccharine, like a really stilted sweetness kind of energy, but they really don't. Like, they're sweet but not cloying.
Yeah.
And so I just think like the whole episode is kind of a success, really. It's probably been my favorite episode of the show so far because it's given, girl, this episode has everything. This episode has everything. So.
All right. Well, we got 3 more to go.